All right, so I have an honest question for you guys. Are we ever going to go back to the original YouTube? You know, the one that I fell in love with, the one where you got rewarded for being creative. Because as a creative person like me, I am kind of stuck. I'm stuck in this algorithm. You know, everything is either AI driven or you have some kind of guru trying to sell you things. But what happened to the creative world, the creative side of content creation? That is going away and it kind of sucks, okay? And I don't know if I'm the only one that's noticing this, but what's going on with the originality of actual pure content creation? For example, I'm stuck on my phone literally all day just scrolling through my analytics, seeing if one of my videos will actually catch traction. And it's not because they suck, because, well, maybe they do, but guys, the videos that I produce either have a lot of value in them or they have some creativity. And I've noticed that no matter what it is that I upload, nothing catches traction. But if you generate a video with AI with a donkey jumping around, they'll get millions of views. That's not creative to me, and it sucks. I want YouTube to go back to being creative. And that is what today's video is all about. How exactly can we make an impact on this new YouTube trajectory, okay? Because it no longer feels like YouTube, it feels like AI tube or Guru tube. Is no longer creative. Think about it. How many creative YouTubers do you know right now? That are not selling you some kind of course? Because I don't know if it's just me, but I've been thinking about it lately. I'm creating content, but is the content that I'm creating exactly what I want the world to see? That is where I'm stuck right now, because everything is an algorithm. If you're not part of the algorithm, it's gonna eat you up. If you don't stay in your specific niche, you are screwed, okay? I can be talking about business today, but tomorrow I wanna talk about something completely different and my channel will be able to survive. But you can't do that. You can't do that in today's world, okay? YouTube back in the day used to reward you for being creative. For example, doing this right now that I'm recording, this is not something you really see anymore. This is the old way of YouTube. And if you like how these angles look, then we need to start stepping up as creators and show YouTube that there is a demand for this kind of content. We don't want to just be spoon-fed a bunch of AI generated videos. We want creativity to come back, all right? And this is my challenge to those of you that plan on making YouTube channels in the future. Because a lot of people are asking, is it too late to get into the game? Is it too late to start YouTubing? And the answer is yes. It is very late to get into YouTube. But you can change that, because it's only late for those people that are not going to give it their all. All right? If you're making just generic, random content that makes no sense or has no kind of thought behind it, you're not going to survive. And unfortunately, a lot of creators that come in now, they're just creating that exact content, okay? They're either recycling it from other videos they've seen, or they're creating things that aren't really bringing value in any kind of way. This video here, as little as you might think, it's actually providing value because it's encouraging people to go out there and actually explore the original thought of YouTube, what it was all intended to be like. And one of the biggest issues with everything that's going on right now is that we're just trying to please an algorithm that doesn't care about us. But obviously, those of you that are going to create great content, those of you that are going to change the world, those of you that are not going to just copy someone else and be original, it's not too late for you, okay? For you, it is not too late. And I feel like we can bring back the original YouTube. We just have to upload so much footage that YouTube is gonna have to recognize that we do exist, okay? We are still out here. The people like Casey Neistat are still out here. People that are blogging every day are still out here. People that aren't just chasing a course to sell are still out here. And that's why I wanted to make this video, because right now I really do feel stuck in the algorithm. The algorithm does not care about you. It really doesn't. It doesn't care what your hobbies are. It doesn't care what you like, what you don't like. It only cares that you keep people watching as long as you can. And if that's the case, then why aren't you creating what it is you want to create? Why is it that you upload a video and it doesn't get any traction? You need to be able to capture an audience with your content and keep them watching longer and longer. And if we can keep that going, we might have a chance to bring that back. Now, the sad part is that I could be completely wrong. It could be to the point where we're probably too far in to go back. Maybe there's just not that much creativity anymore. Maybe those creators that had the creativity lost it because they were trying to chase an algorithm. And honestly, I'm in that world right now where I'm trying to chase that algorithm, trying to appease to what the algorithm wants, but not what I want. Not the content that I want to create. Not the content that really made me fall in love with YouTube in the first place. You know, because I like cinematic things. I like being able to show the world that I do have a creative side. I don't want to just do generic things that everybody's doing. I don't want to sell you a course. I want to really show you that there is part of YouTube that can still be creative. And hopefully today's video is inspiring someone out there to just get started, okay? Get started with what it is you're trying to do and be creative. Don't be afraid to be creative because the algorithm is keeping you locked down, all right? Like I said, I feel like the algorithm is not letting me be my creative self. I have so many things that I want to do with YouTube, but unfortunately, because of the way the algorithm is, my videos are just not picking up any traction, all right? They're not picking up any traction. I don't know if I'm making an impact, but hopefully this video is finding that person that is currently also stuck, and you realize that you're not alone. It's not just you, okay? We're all in this together. We all need to find a way to get back to the roots of YouTube, what really made us enjoy content creation in the first place. And although my hands are wet, I don't have a towel in the kitchen, but you guys can see this is raw. This is raw. This is what YouTube was all about, being creative. And if we can go back to being creative, we are going to love life more, because one thing we're all trying to do when we get on YouTube is escape reality, okay? And how are we going to do that if we're just providing the same exact content that everybody else is? How are you going to be different? What's going to make you stand out? What is it that you're going to bring to the table that's not already being done, okay? I don't really see this POV camera on anybody doing what I'm doing right now. But this can change the dynamics of YouTube, the dynamics of how content creation is. We can show people that there are still creative people out here, like myself. I have so much in my mind that I want to let out and show the world. But right now the algorithm is limiting us. So we need to change that. And the way to start is by uploading so much content that is creative and original with real people that YouTube recognizes that. And they start putting us back on the map. All right, they need to start putting us back on the map so that, you know, we don't just end up with a bunch of AI generated videos, or we end up with a bunch of gurus trying to sell us courses every single video we go into. We need to bring back the original YouTube. And if I can be the ambassador for that, then I will. So let's start creating, guys. Let's start being original again, and let's get YouTube back to how it used to be. Ready? Let's go.